Hello everybody, welcome to our second semi-final series today. It is going to be a hype game, and in the blue trunks on the south side of Crossroads, going straight in with guard rifle, it is Experts VonIvan.
He's the Professor of Calamity, the Captain of Chaos, the Master of Disaster, and he brings that chaos from the south. But in the north, Dan, I mean DevM, he's an absolute war machine. And he's playing as the Wehrmacht.
This is the first time we've cast DevM in the tournament so far, and this is obviously the decider to see who's going to be playing up against Talisman in the finals. And both players, we want to see a good performance really, because Talisman is on form today. We're going to be watching this one closely to see who's capable of matching up. We saw VonIvan yesterday play against Theodosius. He looked pretty strong, but...
These two guys are the best players in the world right now. I mean, Talisman looks great, Dan, but VonIvan and DevM have literally shaped the meta of this game over the past 2 months. VonIvan has made mobile defense from a panic commander into the meta, and DevM is the only person capable of countering him. That said, this is the first game, and they're actually on the reverse factions. DevM is on his highly capable Wehrmacht faction. VonIvan is on his former #1 faction, the Soviets. So let's just take it all in and experience the climax of a rivalry that has lasted the last 2 months.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I'm glad that they've managed to find each other in the event. You know what I mean? So early on, and that we get to see this unfold, because I think actually this will be deciding how their meta changes. You know, depending on the result of this, someone's going to have to change when this is finished.
Yeah, somebody is going to be changed. I mean, they have a lot of ego and they have a lot of pride on display. They both think they're better than each other. VonIvan thinks he can counter DevM, thinks he's the answer to DevM, and DevM thinks he's the undisputed greatest player ever to play this game. So
that sounds like DevM.
Well, he does, and he's got the pay. Other than the Love Nest 4.50 last year, he's got the records that should prove that. So let's focus on the tactical action on display. The VonIvan's gone for a very aggressive combat engineer conscript push, but he's in a bit of a pickle there.
Yeah, it's. I mean, DevM was actually kind of running up the field with the MG and the Grenadiers. They have at least had to pull back, so I think if anything, Von will be able to get a little more control on his side. I think aggression is a huge part of the game plan for DevM here, because you don't want to let Von climb up to a quick T70. You don't want to even let him get control of his resources too much. So maybe we'll get to see DevM go up the center of the map and try and focus pressure on the strategic decap. Be interesting to see if that's what he goes for.
This might be what he goes for, but I think, in all honesty, DevM might be the aggressor. DevM, as I say, has this confidence. He does not fear VonIvan. He respects VonIvan. He doesn't disrespect VonIvan. He knows just how good VonIvan is, and he sees VonIvan as his true rival in the game right now. But he doesn't fear him, and he's going to be as aggressive as he wants to be. Look at these Grenadiers, the Pioneers with their new flamethrower. They're all going for this cutoff right now, and DevM's going to try and get the pin early on. 3 minutes, 40 seconds in, he's going to try it.
This is kind of what I was expecting. DevM will kind of know that Von's going to be rushing units, and taking this point here would really stunt that. It would force Von to go into a lot of more infantry than he's probably...
Flames meet flames. That Pioneer was going to be a big fixture, Dan. It was going to be able to de-garrison the conscripts, but no, the combat engineer was perfectly timed. However, they have lost out in the Flamer battle, and it's still a 4-man Pioneer. This could be dangerous. This could honestly be very dangerous in the early game. Oh, nice by VonIvan. He's managed to flank the MG.
He has, yeah, it's a good Molotov, but he's actually forced to retreat straight away. MG's going to take the house in the center. And, yeah, still, like, DevM's made a good push on this. I think Von's actually holding it well. The good thing is that DevM is also capping around the back of this whilst putting intense pressure on. He's also decapping a lot of the resources. I think we can tell this is his game, and it's a good game plan, I think.
But VonIvan knows exactly what DevM is capable of, and he knows he has to defend well and defend strongly in this early Wehrmacht assault. And only DevM is basically antithesis of Talisman. He's attack, attack, attack. And he's right now going to have to relinquish a little bit, because VonIvan has successfully defended his position. It was the Molotovs, in my opinion, that allowed him to do that.
That's a great Molotov and the 2 Grenadiers there. Takes a lot of health down. They're having to move through negative cover. And they should win this engagement. I'm wondering if DevM can pop a rifle nade here. Yes, he's going to try it. He's going to try it on the conscripts. Von doesn't realize.
Oh, he heard it. He hit a hard retreat just in the nick of time using the audio cues. There's VonIvan operating at his finest there. Not only has he defended DevM, he's now neutralizing the cutoff and taking the victory point to deny DevM fuel. So this game has a lot of legs, and it's going to be an absolutely epic display of the finest Company of Heroes action any of you could ask for. This is a de facto final right now.
Oh yeah, it's really good. And big decaps like that, but neither player is really focusing on the little stuff. I feel like they're both trying to be cutthroat right now. And actually Von has come out on top, I think, with the decapping he's doing. He's going to get the decap on the fuel as well. I wonder if he doesn't cap it, maybe he just like runs on and decaps everything just to be annoying, just to you know, make units waste time. Well, sometimes it can actually help more, but he's actually going to cap it and try and stop the big fuel resource.
Do you know what's the problem though, Dan? Barbecues in town, 251 half track with the flamethrowers upgrading, whilst VonIvan's just spent 250 manpower on getting the field infirmary up in base. He's got 5 conscripts, which means his AT grenades are now going to be delayed. This Flammenwerfer is halfway completed, which means DevM has got an excellent window of opportunity to go cooking up Russians.
Yep, he's about to give it a try, and the upgrade is not quite there yet. We've got an Ulra in, but he hasn't got the AT grenades. It seems like a bit of a bluff that isn't going to work. We're about to see the flames pop. DevM knows. I think DevM knows.
He knows. He really does know. I mean, he makes me feel like a child sometimes when I try and analyze this game talking to him. It makes me remember just how little I know about this game compared to somebody that's won as many tournaments as him. His innate ability to understand what his opponent's upgraded and not upgraded is pretty damn good. Not saying that's exclusive to DevM, but he's just one of the top players I happen to talk to. VonIvan's pretty good at that kind of stuff as well. He's got a great game sense, but you can't prepare for this kind of aggression sometimes.
No, it's a lot to handle. Huge emphasis on infantry. A lot of the high-level games at the moment have really gone back to that infantry basis. DevM here, it looks like he's got pioneers. They are running a little bit too far into the fray, and they might need to consider getting out of there quickly. DevM is pretty focused on the flamer half-track right now, which is just raining hellfire down on the conscripts.
Flames of hell. Giving VonIvan a personal hell as these Grenadiers now come in. And Dan, we've been casting these DevM games for a while. He comes in these incredible waves of aggression. It's almost like a tower defense, you know, a tower defense game. But DevM starts on level 19 and then progresses to level 20. He doesn't start easy by marching an engineer at you. Here's my entire army. Here's my entire army again with flamethrowers. Here's my entire army again with tanks. If you're still alive after that point, you're a hell of a player, and I think VonIvan is one of the only people in the world that would be.
I'm a little concerned for Von here. Actually, I thought maybe he would go for guards. He's actually gone for tier 2. He was late teching. He managed to get healing. Just gone for anti-tank grenade packages in the last minute as well, which is going to allow him to snare the flame half-track. That's important. But yeah, do you know, I felt like he was actually late on getting that AT
He was
on the field, and it's actually really stunted him. It's allowed DevM to take a lot of map control.
It was the 5th conscript and the field infirmary that was poorly timed, in all honesty. I don't believe that was an efficient build order. I don't think it was what he needed, and I don't think it's helped him.
It manages to catch the MG42 off guard there. Conscripts, they might consider popping it all out if it sets up. In fact, it's going to hit the retreat with double conscripts against the Grenadier. Looks like Von will take the right-hand side of the map back, and he's got that all-important decap on fuel again.
Conscripts pushing up on the east side. The good thing about 5 cons is, obviously, Von is a great player. He's managed to defend his position, and now he's able to cap a lot of the map quite quickly. So although the AT grenade was delayed, he survived, and the damage was not done. He's not lost a single unit.
Another AT grenade. Von just getting the munitions for that long throw. The half-track really has to stay in there to stop the engineers from flaming the building. There is going to be an AT gun coming out for Von. I just feel like this is so late. This is 10 minutes before he's been able to provide a serious contest to the Flamer half-track.
It is. And one thing I'll say about seeing an 18 aid from VonIvan, aka Mr. 8-minute T70 VonIvan nearly every time, is seeing him build a Zisk gun shows that he is on the back foot strategically. He's not lost anything for certain, but strategically and in terms of map control and resource economy, he's had to go for a Zisk gun. And I believe that Soviet decision between T70 and Zisk gun is always telling.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
I liked how, did you hear the 251 then? For me it went, Ivan is attacking!
I had a
Well, not
different
right now,
voice
he
cue, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think it's based on client, of course. Mine said Ivan is attacking. And couldn't be further from the truth.
Great attack there from the AT gun, getting a shot off. DevM now knows that that AT gun is there to contest. And what do we have here? I think this is hit the dirt for these conscripts. In the green cover position. The denial of fuel is actually really good from Von. Got a telemine planted just to the right-hand side of the center house. What went off on the right? Was it a mine? Yes, it was.
Indeed, a mine. 2 grenadiers dead there. Now we've got a nice field artillery barrage. Not quite as good as the was ones we saw yesterday in that moment for show game. They were pretty horrific. But
Oh, yeah,
this is
some great, some great barrages.
we did, didn't we? With some sniper counters. I feel this game is evolving nicely now. VonIvan's survived that early DevM assault, and the game is stabilizing. The true damage of things is that DevM has about, you know, maybe 60 more fuel in total, and he's obviously got 100 more victory points. That's about it. He's survived. Nice rifle nade.
Yeah, that was a really good rifle nade, actually.
Surprised by the
And
way
it's
we
good. I mean,
haven't-
actually, when your opponent is pushing you, the rifle grenades can be like very, very pressure. This is a good flank here. The AT gun's gone up to be there and ready for when the half track comes in. He managed to push off the MG. Von's actually struggling to reclaim this side. But there's the flamer half track. Actually catches the AT gun.
What a field artillery barrage retreat, killing a retreating grenadier.
Really?
Meanwhile, the 251 half track has come in to burn this Zisk gun to the ground, and here comes the Pioneers as well. He may have lost a grenadier, but DevM suddenly looks very aggressive, like a hornet's nest that has been kicked by an angry child.
DevM's really got balls of steel because he's happy to stay into these engagements, even with the threat of the AT nade that's just gone off there. He's got a good idea about what Von's capabilities are right now, and he's going to get the AT gun as a reward for that. There is a scout car on the field as well, which should make things a little easier. I think he's likely to lose
I'm not sure. 3 conscripts, 2 a combat engineer. The Zisk has been retaken. The 251 needs to keep pedaling backwards because right now it's under the threat of 3 anti-tank grenades. The Zisk gun's been recrewed. God, this is ebb and flow. It's going to and fro very quickly. Rifle nade just about decrewed the Zisk gun. It's now being recrewed. The 222 is having to go again. This could go so badly
so
for DevM.
aggressive. This is
What a
so aggressive.
gameplay.
He's just leaving VonIvan's conscripts standing in the flames. They have no idea what to do. He hasn't got the munitions to use the AT grenades, and I think DevM is a player that will spot that. He's a player that will notice that kind of thing, and he will know that VonIvan doesn't have resources left at this stage. Look at this rifle grenade as well!
Oh, that could have been a lot better. Dan, that engagement went backwards and forwards 5 times. 5 times they changed control of who was going to be the aggressor and who was going to win that engagement. And DevM is very fortunate that he came out on top. If he manages to get the Zisk, but that's not even a certainty right now, in all honesty. It's not even a certainty. Here comes the cavalry. He's got a Puma, a Grenadier. The Puma, by the way, what timing is that? That's insane timing because the T-70 is just hitting the field. This battle in the East Stand is still going on.
It's a late T-70, let's be honest. We've got a 14-minute T-70, but the timing of the Puma was good. And
he's deciding to kill it. He's deciding to kill the Zisk, but he doesn't want to keep fighting for it. That's interesting game sense. One-man Grenadier trying to get away in the west. Looks like to escape. Is he going to keep going for the Zisk, or is he going to capture it now? He's changed his mind. What's he going to do?
I think Von needs to destroy it just for the risk of potentially losing it, but it's going to be a cost for him to get AT back up. DevM's defending it. It's almost actually defending that is like a focal point for the game.
Yeah,
that kind
that's
of
what I
is
was
a bait
going
for
to say.
Von.
This is like the Stalingrad grain elevator. Just Germans and Russians changing hands over 1 meter of space every other hour. It's a crazy gameplay. Here comes the Puma. T-70 getting pushed away. Damn, that's why I call this the de facto final in the early days of GCS2. These players know each other better than any other players on the market right now, and it certainly is telling.
Really, really good repairs going on from DevM. He's straight back on the field with this. Vet3, by the way, 11 kills. He's doing a really, really good job. T70 is going to come back into the action. Has to be careful with that Puma, though. Not completely off the field yet. I mean, Von is struggling. When DevM is in this position, he knows that Von isn't going to be getting enough resources to be constantly using the 18 aids.
Dan, would you say that DevM is... one of his attributes seems to be his ability to know that his vehicle isn't going to die? He seems to be able to calculate the health bar, take the damage, calculate the situation, and kind of say, yep, I'll be fine. And then he just goes with it. It makes him look like he's got balls in the field, but I'm sure it must be calculated, surely.
I think so, because you definitely get a feel that actually he knows the vehicles perform better when they're not being like hard microed in panic mode. You know, they have more chance of doing anything. So I think DevM's one of those players that focuses a little more on, okay, well, this unit's under attack, let it do its thing. How are we going to take down its aggressor? And he does a very, very well at playing that game. Now, this game is going downhill so fast for Von. It's 345 VPs. And I guess he's maybe waiting for the KV1, but he hasn't got tier 4 up, so...
God, the graph is pretty horrendous for VonIvan's army value right now. DevM has got a double lead. He's smashing it, and it is, of course, a tale of mobile defense.
Is he going to ground attack? I think DevM, is he ground attacking the entrance to the base?
Well, that Grenadier could go down. There you go. There's a nice win for VonIvan. Vet3 Grenadier just died on the east side, on the cut-off there. But it doesn't look like it's going to matter very much, unfortunately, for Von. So, people, yeah, he's
DevM drops from the game?
Oh my god. Not again. Oh god, I'm going to go catch up on the drama and listen to the bug splat stuff. Jesus Christ.
No worries. We'll go to a wait screen. We'll fill you guys in very, very shortly. Scratch that. We're not going to go to the wait screen. We're just going to last this one out. That's interesting.
It is. I just don't want to get involved. That's my my resolution here.
This happened. This happened in the exact same. It was a semi-final, and
DevM was in a even more commanding position last time he bug splatted against VonIvan. But DevM clearly has hardware issues. You know, I don't want to influence it even slightly though. I do not want to influence this even slightly. You know, you have biases as a person and a caster and a tournament director, and you can try and remove yourself from said biases. But at the end of the day, set up unbiased systems and let referees sort it out.